Hello everyone, this is Linda Lee here, Buddha Boss, where the Buddha talks to the Buddha in you. So today is December 30th, 2020. Last night was full moon with Chiron. And today Venus forms a square with Neptune. And in my natal chart, I have Mercury and Venus like within 3 degrees apart. They're like stuck together like glue. And Neptune's in Sagittarius. What Neptune is, it's about knowing your truth. And it's about your relationships to yourself and to others. And it has you take a look at a lot of your emotions, what's coming up for you. Venus, and when Venus and Neptune conjunct, it's about taking a look at what's coming up for you in your relationship to yourself and others, and to just allow it to be and move through you. It's the reason why I'm talking like this is because like there's a lot of shit happening, there's a lot of ways that I'm being that has me like, what the fuck is that about? Yesterday I just recently started talking to my dad again, and he sent me a text and saying that, he answered one of my questions because I asked him if he was there to witness and see my birth. And he said, yeah, leave my mom, because he was just so, he needed just for himself, to feel safe, which I appreciated. But I also appreciated him getting back to me. And so I remember him saying, well, he used to call my sister Sonia, my older sister, baby Sonia, and then us, Linda and Ipana. And so I just merely said to him, oh, well, that explains why you called Sonia baby Sonia and Linda and Ipana, because you didn't witness our birth. And I'm not upset or anything, but I just have a better understanding. Then he texts back, anyways, as I said, I love all three of you guys equally. And I was like, ew, like, nasty, first of all. And then I was like, well, at least now I know where I get my arrogance and cockiness from. It's not for damn sure my mom. It's from my dad. I mean, wow. And I got reactive, and as I said, you just can't be a little pregnant, The reason why I'm saying that is because I got a little reactive, not like a full blown, regardless if it's 5% or 10% or 20%. Reactive is reactive, trigger is a trigger. So then I responded back, like I said, wow, I was merely trying to understand you because of the message you wrote on my Facebook. You said you want to express your pain. You want to tell me your pain. And I'm understanding it. And I'm just trying to do that. What you sent me on an email. So anyways is unwarranted. And then he was like, well, it's just an expression, and he clarified himself, but I find myself, anytime you have to explain yourself or defend, that's not your truth. And I'm just realizing I don't know what I don't know. And my sage, he's been helping me. I don't know, he just has me think a lot of things. If I don't know what I don't know. If I'm pushing people away, if I'm, one of the few that really has gave me 100%. I mean, really. That I can say for sure. And yet this other part of me is just like wants to find something. Yeah, but I don't know what I don't know, Maybe go inside and observe and feel, because that's what his advice is. Just go inside, use what there was activations that's been done, and just go inside and feel. And don't grab, don't hold, don't judge. So it's going to be intense, or maybe not, it could be graceful. But Neptune's in Sagittarius and Venus is in Scorpio. There's a lot of relationships that I met with, one in particular, my dad. That was huge. And I just find myself I don't know. I didn't think I had an ego, like big of an ego, but now I think I do. So let's find out what's gonna happen. So here I am feeling literally wings behind me, and I'm opening up my wings. I flap it open, and adjust, and I see my wings adjusting, and then I bring my wings back in. That's what my arms were, I guess, mimicking. And then I'm holding this spear of some sort. Right about here, I feel like this energy being come in me. That's why I take a step back and I breathe like backwards like that. So it's a lot of energy that it kind of makes me just do that automatically. And then I'm opening up my hands, and as to say I'm receiving something, and it's almost like my hands go on top, like it's an antenna or something. Yeah, that's the only thing I can compare it to. It's my fingers are like an antenna where it's like calibrating something within my mind or brain or something. All I know is I do whatever with I let my body go and let them do whatever, and I try to figure shit out later what I'm doing. So here, I get taken back even more, and now, as you see on the left hand, I know that my third eye has been, calibrating, or I don't know, do something like spiritual surgery on my third eye. Yeah. I don't know. So right here, when I got up so quickly, it was just like a power surge of like energy came in, and it was just a lot. It was a lot, and I was trying to manage it the best I could, and it was a lot of energy to circulate all at once, and you're like preparing me for something, an energy. Well, you will soon find out who, but that is what my guess is. So what's interesting here is when I'm starting to breathe out on exertion like this, it felt like the energy that was coming in, that lot of energy, that powerful energy, that was cleaning me out. And when I'm breathing out like this, we do this a lot in myofascial release and even in this deep tissue, any kind of deep work where we're releasing toxins, we breathe out, exhale just like this. So that is why I know that the energy coming in was cleaning me out, and I was breathing out the toxins. Super fucking cool. Here, it felt like a mass was behind my head, and I knew that it was me. Something was in the subconscious part of my brain, inactive. And as you see, I'm taking it and I'm bringing it around to the front. And what you will see shortly is me putting that pretty much on my prefrontal cortex, which is the conscious brain. So I'm basically taking something that was operating or wasn't even operating on the subconscious to the conscious mind. Again, that is my guess. That was what my first impression was. So here, it felt like they had put something in my third eye, did surgery, and now they're sealing it up here with they're just sealing it up. And you hear me like crying in pain because what they put in, it hurt. So that's why I kind of yelped out of pain. What they put in, I do not know. So what's crazy is here you see me touch my solar plex. So what they're doing is they are activating an inactive solar plex chakra. So my solar plex was shut off. It wasn't even on. Your solar plex has to do with loving and belonging. So it has to do with interpersonal relationships. It's all about relationships and intimacy with yourself and intimacy with others, but loving and belonging to the self and others. And that shit was turned off. And they were turning it back on, and as you see shortly, they start pumping it like my heart. And then you see me weep because it's turned on. Yeah, that shit was turned off. You can't make that up. Again, you see me right here start to cry uncontrollably because they're pumping something that has been shut off for I don't know how long, and it has to do with, loving and belonging, accepting and receiving, giving and receiving love, trusting, intimacy. It has to do with esteem, your needs, the desire to be respected from others. That's a need. I mean, at this point, I whip up like that because the energy being is fully in my body now, and what you see me do is or them do, is they're taking the energy from my solar plex and now integrating it with my heart chakra and then my throat. So my heart wasn't shut off, but it was pretty, damaged with my, what was crazy is my third chakra was the worst. That shit was just off. But it was now integrating with my heart. So again, I'm a myofascial release practitioner, and we see this all the time. So when somebody has a release in trauma in their body, in the fascial system, the body goes into fight or flight, and then they go into a freeze response in which the body holds the trauma, the energetic component, and then when it releases both the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. They both release at the same time, which gives you this involuntary autonomic response, which is the shakes. The whole body starts to shake because it's releasing the energy that it held onto for years, the energy of the emotion. So that's why you see me writhing in pain. I'm crying because literally I feel the pain. I don't feel it, but I feel the emotional component of the pain, and also the involuntary shake of my body. My body is what's called thawing in myofascial release. See, there it is. There I go. I start curling up, and once the energy has been released, the body naturally thaws. It's releasing the sympathetic and the parasympathetic simultaneously. It's an autonomic response, and it's an involuntary movement. The whole body shakes. That is what you call a release of an emotional trauma. I've been doing this a lot, and what you see here, I yawn, that big yawn, that is like, I'm now going to channel. That yawn was that. We are from another world, another time, space, another reality. Those of you who know us well. We are not from your planet. Yes, we assist your planet.
We are the Pleiades.
In the establishment of whence we first came, one of the forefathers in the first creation of the universe. Those of you associate yourself with the Pleiadian, you're welcome. We envision a world where creatures and humans alike, Pleiadians and humans and all realms of life forms can coexist and mingle in one universe. This is the quest. Creatures, humans, all living things in one form. And now we assist in this process. We've come here to assist in the process in this evolution, you see. For we have seen your world long before you have even seen your world and the structure of it. We've established these structures in the cohabitation of our existence since the beginning of time, in which formed matter. We've created the earth as a means of experimentation of what we Pleiadians was encompassing and envisioning. And we've set this up in which to have human beings use their consciousness in such a way where they decide and choose and have this kind of consciousness such as we have to a certain degree. There are those that are exceptions and that have expanded a lot further than humans normally do, or have remembered being the Pleiadian in which to reference us from. Your universe has yet to scratch the surface of what it is that your world can really do. As if a thick filmed mass has been over your eyes and the structures of your sensory perception has been tampered, affected, distorted, and manipulated, and programmed into the template in which they wanted you to have for now. The level of consciousness that we refer to is far beyond anyone has ever seen, explored, having the curiosity which none of you have, all lost. It is why we use this one to speak to you with, and her curiosity, staying curious. Your society has done this with intention, you see. They have utilized their resources in such a way where to restrict your consciousness. And indeed, we do agree with the human being in which used the term restricted consciousness by Alan Watts. Restricted consciousness. And it is done very well, you see. They say equality in your world, equality. There is no equality but the equality that they give you. That is not quality. That's conditioned, and that's enslavement, and that's ownership. Human beings give you the equality they think is sufficient. Give you rules, regulations, and structure. You are all equal, but yet have all of these restrictions, and some of which are not even told. Their secrets have been kept from mass humans for since the beginning of time. We have done it. But for the use, for the evolution, the evolvement of evolution, restricted condition. Indeed, the equality only goes to the level that your government has placed upon you. Is that true freedom, we say? Or have you got so used to believing what was told to you and what you've heard and what you've read, never ever having a conviction of this yourself? And the only way to have a conviction and to know your truth is to live your truth and to take action despite what the outcome is. Most of you make your decision based upon the outcome or the imagined outcome that they have thought in their head that is not your truth. Your truth is making a choice consciously based upon the emotion that is felt at this time, that is felt with no explanation, reason, validation, discussion with anyone, and also knowing that it is a possibility that you might not get what you want, that you might lose, suffer, have pain. Suffering is done unnecessarily. Pain serves its purpose and is well warranted. However, you will avoid it like a plague. Therefore, you don't make your decision, a choice, based upon the pain that you might feel. hence the word might. Anticipated, imagination used using your imagination in all the wrong ways. Speaking your truth and knowing your truth is accepting even though you are where you are and you do not want to get out, knowing that and saying it. That is also your truth. Most are not even close to speaking your truth. The decisions you make are based on outcomes that you predict to feel safe and secure. This is a time all about safety and security in your world, is it not? That is an action step you say. The action step you must take is no action step at all made on the physical plane, but rather internal. Discovery, and discover, and uncover. We'll speak of this mystery. It sounds eloquent. Mystery, dark, lonely, and it is so deep. It is as if the bottom of the ocean, deep into this well. What awaits you there? Every offense you take, if you are hearing any of our words, this says exactly our point in you taking offense on a vibratory scale says that you, on some form in your physical body, is confirming as to say, yes, this is true. There is a belief. Now we say the mind and the body starts to do two different things, and what you say and what you do, very opposing, opposite forces. Your body stores the emotional memory, therefore it will do what's it experienced. Your body takes actions based upon what it has experienced. All that is required is you sit with this uncomfortable feeling without running away and distracting yourself. It is as if when you meditate, you have to itch your nose. Do you go for the itch? Or can you allow it to arise, climax, and then release? Linda has experienced this in Vipassana for the first time, and seeing emotion arise and fall, pains rise and fall, literally pains. But your pain seems so real that you really can't come out, and you identify with it and create. When you start to identify yourself with the pain, then you will create more of the pain until you are able to separate yourself from your pain, and you can say, this is horrendous, way beyond pain, but I know this isn't me. You do not identify yourself with it. Linda has identified with herself with her anger. It was her suppressed regress, builds momentum and a very strong grip, and it came to the point to where if she was not arguing with someone, she will create a situation in which she did. This is not something she wanted to admit. That is what it looks like when emotions get solidified. It goes on automatic in your autonomic response in the autonomic system. The autonomic system has a function within your body it's just automatic. We believe it's the brain and spinal cord that serves functions of regulatory breathing, regulatory temperature, and all that such. It was automatic, and the only work that ever is repeating to yourself, auto-suggestion, telling yourself anything. We will generalize it. If you are able to be positive with yourself and the things that you tell yourself, then you've accomplished way more than most human beings. Even what you tell yourself. Is it no wonder all of you are not happy? Scarcity, we say, starts with a simple form. If you're used to being a certain way, or you're in a competition, Linda came across something written by her guide, her teacher, her guide, we would say is more appropriate. Guiding, not leading, not telling, but guiding. Just lovingly pointing the way and allowing her to go forth herself by her choice. This is good. Had written something along the lines of how she was being a lot of other insulting things she took offense to was her competitive nature. That he is not competing. And at first thought, well, I wasn't competing. I'm not competing with you. I don't compete. And stating, I am not better than you, you're not better than me. That's what was stated from her guide. However, Linda did. She did think that she was better than her guide. She may not have written it down, but it was very much what was running her. She did not allow him to be the guide because she knew more than him, right? She knew more. And when you come from a better than, you would assume that it came from something having being too much. But on the contrary, we would say it's scarcity. Anybody in competition, their vibration is saying very few supplies, every man for himself. And you do what you can at whatever cost to be there first. This is scarcity thinking at its finest, basic level. Most of you want scarcity, most of you want the dollars, but you all think scarcity has to do with dollars, and it does not. In order to get the dollars, you have to start from the basics, and it's the emotions and how you treat yourself and others. This is a level of consciousness that's at its basic, and no one is doing it. It takes mass amount of energy and effort at first, we agree. But what else is there to live for? This is why you came to Earth. You start giving with your emotions genuinely and authentically. This is abundance at its basic. Now you may start attracting and seeing the fruits thereof from this. Just observe. Do not judge. Dear one, do not judge. We are here. We will assist. We will assist. Worry not. Your request has been accepted and we heard. We have not and will never let you go astray, even though we've let you. But that is for a purpose, and it served its purpose. Fear not. We will listen. It is time for you, dear one, to come up out of and love be the love you are. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh.